What's poppin', world? Back at it again. Y'all tapped in with the Head of the Game podcast. Y'all read the title. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Why every man at some point in time in their life must live alone. Whether it's for a long, extended period of time or short, I feel like this is a life skill that can translate into different facets of different skill sets, mindsets, just overall experience. And I would like to just reveal some of those things, at least from my personal experience and just my opinion in general, right? First thing, the first biggest challenge is definitely loneliness, right? Fighting loneliness to appreciate your own solitude and your own isolation. Because on the journey of self-discovery, now everybody has their own different paths of what they would deem their self-discovery paths. But I do feel like, in my personal opinion, you could become more in tune with yourself with long periods of time of just, I don't want to say like meditation, but definitely isolation, right? Because people meditate and, all this manifestation and claim it and all this other stuff, which I don't even want to say I'm a big fan of it. I really don't get into that. You feel me? Far as like seeing what other people got and tapping on your phone and be like, I'm claiming it. Like, let's grow up. But that's besides the point. The real point is that going through different challenges, knowing how to become self-efficient, knowing how to put yourself in a position where you don't need help, right? Because at some point in time, everybody needs help every now and again. Even if you're a successful person, you had help along the way. And even being successful, you still have people that's helping because you only can be at one place at one time, right? So I'm not sitting up there saying help is a bad thing. I'm only saying that you should always look for the internal situation first before you go external, right? That's how you can translate yourself out of, within reason, because some things are out of your control, but victimhood mentality or pretty much taking matters into your own hands. And it's a very fulfilling feeling you get, because now it feels like you can now at least influence what can or can't happen. You feel me? And like I said, being isolated, being on your own, being self-efficient, at the end of the day, you're only in control of so much. So I'm not sitting up there saying, hey, once you have absolute solitude, you have 100% control of your life, right? I mean, to a certain extent, the people that you allow in your life, the things that are said to you in your life, you could just scissors, you feel me? Any kind of problem, issue, situation, scissors. You feel me? Somebody disrespects you, scissors. Anybody backstab you or talking down on your name or being disrespectful, you feel me? Scissors. Cut them off. Get rid of them, right? But then that phases into the second stage, which is now that you have solitude, not to fall in love with it, because then if you fall in love with isolation, then when you go back out into the world, your social skills, your ability to connect and, create new relationships and friendships and networking and stuff does get compromised. So then when you go out into the world, you don't want to be wearing on your sleeve, I don't need nobody because I can do it on my own. You can get somewhere, but you won't get far as what you would like to be if you don't have a power circle, right? But that's the translation, that's the transition. What got you there is not what's going to keep you there. And that's what ultimately success is about. What's going to get you there? Hard work, dedication, discipline, tunnel vision, mindset, right? When you get to success, then the things that would work against your success as far as you getting there is going to be the things that's going to aid you of keeping there, which is having friendships, having a network, having dependency, like depending on people and knowing how to delegate responsibilities, right? So, all in all, the big point of this video is understanding oneself and not allowing the external to determine the internal, right? Because who's gonna know you better than yourself? I'm talking about as far as just regular everyday people, family, friends. Who's gonna be able to tell you, hey, you should do this because this is who you are and what you say you are. The person you wake up and go to sleep to every day, you feel me, which is yourself. An outsider's gonna then determine who you are, who you're not, what you are, what you're not, what you can do or what you can't do. No, you want to take matters into your own hands and make these discoveries on your own. So if people try to knock you off your path, you could either, because some people don't know how to stand up for themselves, you feel me? And that's because they have dependency on others, right? I don't want to lose a friend, so I'm going to take their shit. I don't want to lose a family member, I'm going to take their shit. I'm going to lose my relationship, so I'm going to just take their shit, you feel me? Because I don't want, taking their shit is better than being alone. And I'm just sorry to say, and I'm sorry to tell y'all, don't do that to yourself, all right? Don't do that to yourself. The journey of self-discovery, I feel like every man needs at least some time period, a year, maybe 2 years, where you by yourself. And hey, man, in this economy, maybe you can't afford to be by yourself. So maybe you have a roommate and you just stay on your side of the house, that person stay on their side of the house, and it is what it is, right? So I'm trying to make it practical, you feel me? I'm not trying to be disingenuous or insensitive to people's circumstances and living situations. If you gotta have a roommate, hey, it is what it is, right? But at the end of the day, making sure you holding up your end, making sure you taking care of your bills, your obligations, and if it is that situation, just make sure you handling your half. You feel me? With that being said, man, if y'all got anything to add, like to hear it. Outside of that, I'm on my way to work. Comment, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm up out of here.